What's up, YouTube? We're not going to beat around the bush here. We're going to jump right into a Dachshund draft. What was the Corgi's almost full. The Dachshund's going to fill up soon, the next day or two. There were two drafts that just ended, so hopefully we're getting a puppy soon. Would love to get a $5 puppy going. That would be huge for us, but we're gonna hop into the Dachshund $8 entry. Like we said before, the advancement is 2 of 12, 1 5, 1 6, and 156 seat final. 30 to first, 20k to second, 15 to third, so on and so on. It looks like, let's see, 936. Yeah, so it looks like the money, you don't get any money for advancing the first time through. You get your money once you make the semis, or once you get into week. So yeah, if you advance here in the first round, so if you advance into week 15, you get no money, but once you get into week 16, you should be making money. So top 396 get money, and then obviously if you advance from there, you'll be top 156, so you're guaranteed 300 if you make the final. If you make the semis, you're guaranteed $24, so technically a 3x your investment there. So yeah, pretty sick. Cool structure in my opinion, but let's jump into it. 20-second draft. We'll probably only do one on stream. We'll go ahead and show you, because I'll probably do a slow draft as well. We'll go ahead and show you our Schnauzer 2 slow draft that we are locking up. 2573 build, going to be a 2583 build. By the end of it, I plan on taking Jalen Tolbert to end it, to pair with CD. That's what I think we should do. But it's Hurts, Herbert, Chase Brown, Joe Mixon, James Conner, Brian Robinson Jr., Blake Corum, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Jaden Reed, Trey Harris, Leggett, Quentin Johnston, Josh Palmer, Njoku, Gesicki, and Dalton Schultz. We get the Hurts, AJ Brown stack. We get the Chargers double stack with Herbert, Johnston, and Harris. We also had some bringbacks with I think the Houston Philly game is why we picked Dalton Schultz. Washington Dallas, that's why we're gonna take Tolbert, so CD and Tolbert. We took Corum just for the rookie upside, or not rookie, but second year upside, contingent on injury, but has the upside for someone in late in drafts where we already have 4 solidified starters. So yeah, but it does look like this draft is going to start in 20 seconds. Once again, we're drafting in the back half. I actually want to go through our data points, and I've been meaning to just rip a big spreadsheet of each draft, or how many times we drafted each position this year, and then keep a running tab on that. I also want to keep a track of the type of builds that we do, the structure wise, in terms of, 3573, 2682 type things, counting those up. And I also want to keep track of the types of builds, the types of drafting, I should say, whether that's hero RB, zero RB, robust RB, hyper fragile builds, so on and so forth, keeping tallies on all of that, just to get an idea. And then I also want to go back and see what I did last year and kind of keep a tally there potentially. And then I also want to do that for our home leagues. Rip those data points. And 20-second drafts move pretty quick. Would love to take Puka here. He goes Neighbors. We're gonna go Puka. We have a ton of Neighbors. We have a ton of Nico. Baseline on McCaffrey. Kind of underweight BTJ. A ton of, or not a ton of Achan. Decent amount of Achan. Way too much Drake London, probably. Not enough AJ Brown. Overweight McConkey. Not a ton of Irving or Taylor. Genty again, so this isn't like an unusual team because it's probably happened at the turn, but Genty falls there. Let's go ahead and get fun and rip like... Let's go Bucky here. And then let's pull up our week 17 matchups. I mean, I keep preaching it too, but in these contests that fill really quickly, ADPs don't have a lot of time to change. So mixing up the board, getting something kind of unique without sacrificing tons of value is the play. We did get Puka right at ADP, but switching it up a little bit. Reaching but not reaching out of tiers is something that's important, I guess, where you say, or you would think that Bucky is in the same tier as guys like AJ Brown, Lad McConkey. This whole second round tier, for the most part, is in a similar tier, at least in the beginning stages. So like I'd even say like JT, Bucky can go in this range. They're not much different than guys like McConkey, AJ Brown, Rice, Bowers, or even London, hypothetically. So reaching isn't like, oh, it's not necessarily a reach. We should be on the clock soon. The only thing now is, I mean, we can get Marv here. That'd be kind of sick. We went, what, Tampa? Tampa plays Miami. We went Rams. The Rams play Atlanta. Let's go ahead and snag some Lamar. I'm kind of baseline on Lamar right now. So gonna go ahead and try to get a little more Lamar. doesn't usually end up on Bucky teams since Lamar goes on this side of the board typically. Sometimes someone will reach on like Allen here, occasionally Lamar, but I don't see it much. But no one has a ceiling like Lamar. So now we're kind of like super solid and just baseline build. I like JMO. Yeah, let's go JMO. I'm underweight Jameson Williams, so now we can build with like Miami. Maybe Waddle makes it back. Where we at? 56. Probably not. Waddle keeps getting pushed up because of the Jonnu news. Probably not gonna get Miami pieces then, since Achane, Tyreek, and Waddle all go early. Yeah, Waddle goes at 45. Okay. So not gonna be able to piece together that Tampa build. Obviously we could piece the Minnesota Detroit game and then the Baltimore Green Bay game. Don't feel too bad. Would love if Zay fell. Just, dude, I love the receivers in this area. It's so hard to not bite. Devonta Smith falling. Where did Hurts go? Kamara off. Oh, Devonta Smith's going to make it all the way back to here to the Gibbs, Bowers, Chase Brown, Hurts, Smith. I guess nothing crazy there. Usually these are like flip-flopped. Hurts will make it back to 53 and Devonta will go here. So not anything crazy, in my opinion. Zay feels good there. 2 picks past ADP. Get him with Lamar. Has good metrics. Don't have a lot of Zay. All right, still trying to build somewhat for week 17, maybe. Like Addison, Godwin are in play for us. Technically, Travion could be in play for week 16. When are we back on the board? 80. Go Addison. Right at ADP. Pair him up for the Detroit game. And we'll see what comes back around. Like, we can have some guys queued up. Golden and Reed. We do need running back though. I like Aaron Jones. We'll play the board though. We'll see what falls to us. So far, a 1-1-4-0 start. We have openings for Stafford late, JJ kinda late. Goff goes kind of early, so unless Goff fell, which he has been falling a little bit, I think. We can chill on that, but usually the Amon-Ra team takes him. Right now, the Amon-Ra team is back here. We'll see what happens. Montgomery off at 73. Checo at 71. All right, it's time to lock in some RBs here. Everybody has 2 RBs besides us now. Although the first pick just got his. And then picks 10 and 11 also only have 1 RB. They have Genty Henry. I would like Aaron Jones here. Tony Pollard goes. We'll go Aaron Jones. So we're set up for Minnesota, Detroit. Still have plays out Laporta and Mooney. Golden goes at 70. Or 75, I think. We have an out to Diggs. I don't really want Diggs, though. Laporta off. Diggs off, so I don't have to worry about that. Could go Ibuka, give us an out to Baker. Downs goes. We have an option for Mooney. Let's actually take the value in Mooney. Gives us an out to could go Baker, probably not gonna put that much capital into another quarterback. But we get an out to Penix. And we set up LA, Atlanta. Stafford's also. We got some good outs for later on quarterback after going Lamar and Zay. We're pretty strong at receiver. Could probably chill on receiver now. I mean, we go 5 receivers through 8 rounds. Bucky and Aaron Jones holding down the fort. Mahomes falls to 93, goes to the Rashee Rice team. Bijan Rice. Higgins. Reaches on Waddle, but still a good pick. Kamara gets value in Henderson, gets Judkins, and Mahomes at 93. Pretty solid setup there. Not super unique. I mean, kind of unique, I guess. Yeah, Bryce is usually going over here. Waddle's usually going over here. Kamara's usually going over here. And Henderson. So pretty unique. And you get the value in a few of those guys. I like pick four's team for sure. ETN at 99. Okay, we need to load up on some running backs. I mean, how bad is it? How bad is it to double tap Minnesota's running backs right now? Is it the worst thing in the world? It's not like my favorite thing to do, but 10 picks past ADP, we can get Mason. We're gonna go six running backs probably anyway. I mean, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna take both Vikings running backs just because of the value we get on Mason and the fact that we're gonna go with 8 RBs. We're gonna full push tight end, I think. We'll get Likely later. We just really need running back. Now it's a matter of, do I go Scadaboo? Or Ramondre? New England does play Baltimore week 17. The Giants play Minnesota week 17. We'll take a shot at a rookie. We'll Cam Scadaboo. We did have Andrews and Bateman set up for us, but with Zay already stacked up and with our need for running back, I just think we needed to grab another guy there before RB really becomes an issue for us. Where at least we have starters. We start falling off a cliff and getting contingent guys. One 450 build. Bateman off at 114. And we could have set ourselves up for double Baltimore. We just have, our receivers are so good. I guess we could have went Bateman and just ended it at 6 receivers. But that would have put our receivers. I don't know if we would have been able to do that. Just because of having Puka and Jameson with week 8 buys, and then Zay and Bateman would have had week 7 buys. I think your problem arises there. Because then you only get 4 guys, and then one of. So when Jameson and Puka are on a bye, you'd have 4 guys at receiver, and only. It could have worked out. We could have went 6 receivers there, and we could have ended up going like 7 RBs. Just full punted RB and went like 2, 7, 6, 3. Is what that would end up being. Andrews almost makes it back to us at 126. Take Tajay. These are guys like I have a ton of Tajay. I have a ton of Njoku. I have a ton of Ray Davis. So like guys in this territory I have a ton of. Okay, well, I feel better at running back at this point. The Drake London team has Josh Allen. They might go Penix before us. That ends up being the case. If they go Penix, we kind of get put in a pickle to where, well, where would Stafford go? Where's Devontae Adams? Devontae's over here. He doesn't go Penix, so we're going to go Penix. To stack with Mooney. Now we need to figure out tight end. We could have went likely and risked not getting Stafford, then ending up with Geno, having to backstack Geno with Trey Tucker. We could have went Cam Ward and stacked him with Tajay and Chig. Or we can pray that likely makes it back to us. Don't think that happens. We're all the way at pick 152. His ADP is 140. Here's the thing, though. It becomes hindsight, where I personally think the Devontae Adams team only has Jordan Love, and I really suspect that they take Matt Stafford here at 147. If they don't, I'd be pretty shocked because they have no one else to stack with. Well, I guess they take Leggett and they could go Bryce Young, which would really just flip me on my head. We'll see what they do here. Do they go Stafford or do they go Bryce? They go Bryce. That's it. So, like, how am I going to assume that when they have Devontae and Stafford's the better quarterback? So now we assume Stafford makes it back to us and maybe even makes it back to 161. Now it's like, does the Kyron team with Josh Allen make a move there? I have no idea. This is weird. We might get likely back. This guy may take. He has Hawkinson, but he does have Bateman, so he could take likely here. I'm kind of banking on him taking him now. Damn, god damn it. So now to remove Dobbs. Just because Green Bay plays Baltimore. I guess we could have taken a swing at Wicks late. I do have a lot of Romeo. I think Dobbs is a good player. I don't have as much Hollywood. Nah, I do have a decent amount of Hollywood. So Stafford did make it back to us. Something you don't, and Pitts goes, so that's who I was going to take a tight end. I don't mind biting the bullet here and taking Jonnu. Pittsburgh plays Detroit. We'll take Jonnu at 161. Dude, this bum takes unstacked Matthew Stafford, takes my Isaiah Likely. Ugh. So that's where, like, again, we should have risked it. Went with. It's tough to say. Like I said, you can't bet on Leggett going to this guy and then him taking Bryce over Stafford. I'd prefer to have Stafford with Devontae than I would Bryce with Xavier Leggett. But I digress. And then also, which I don't really know who I mean, we could have went with like Jake Ferguson. But again, you never really know here. 2-5-6-1 build: Lamar, Penix, Irving, Jones, Mason, Scadaboo, Spears. Definitely need one more running back. We have Puka, Jameson, Flowers, Addison, Mooney, Dobbs, and then Jonnu. We're getting crushed at tight end. We could snag Kate Otten here because we have Bucky. Never mind. Kate Otten goes to the Baker team. So that's super sick for us. Play Braylon Allen. I would take Mason Taylor just because we bet on Braylon Allen now, but I feel gross doing that. Whoops. I also feel gross picking Darren Waller, but it fits the build. It's the bring back to Tampa. Why does I keep doing that? I don't like Darren Waller, but we got to do it. What's the bye week for Miami? Where'd Tyreek go? Pick 2. All right, week 12 bye week for Miami. We are getting, I don't know, tight end sus for us. Really sus. Hindsight, instead of Dobbs, we go Pitts, then get Jonnu. Push down receiver, end up going like Wicks instead of Dobbs. Is how I would change this draft. Regardless, we full punt tight end. Not the only team that does that, but We definitely did it to an extent that nobody else did. Actually, no, the guy at 1 hasn't taken a tight end at all. Oh, he has McBride. Roshan makes it all the way to 190. Not that that means anything. It's tough to build the perfect team in this. Especially when you're on 20-second pick clocks, you know, obviously slow drafts. It's a lot easier to slow the world down and pick your team. We need a... I think we're good at running back. We need a receiver. A tight end. How much damn chig do I have? We'll go with Terrence Ferguson. I have way too much chig, so we won't be getting chig. I want to say I have a lot of Jawan too. I have a ton of Jonu. Obviously 0% of Waller till now. I don't mind Keenan. Could go Dontavian. Could go Ray Ray. We'll go Ray Ray. So 3 of our receivers have week 5 buys, but not too pressed about it. Because we'll have, well, hopefully Addison's suspension's not that long. Zay, Jameson, Puka, and Addison to cover that. But then we do set up week 17. So 2-6-7-3 build. We set up week 17. Baltimore stack. So Baltimore with Lamar and Zay against Green Bay. So we have Dobbs for that. The Atlanta stack, double stack with Mooney, Ray McLeod up against the Rams with Puka and Terrence Ferguson. We do get Darren Waller to go up against with Bucky. We have Addison and Jameson for the Minnesota-Detroit game. What else do we have? I think that's all we really set up. Oh, I forgot Addison, Mason, and Aaron Jones with Jameson for the Detroit game. That's about it. We take Johnny on Pittsburgh. We needed a tight end. They do play Detroit and Miami weeks 15 and 16, so that's something. And some correlation there. The Rams play Detroit week 17 or 15, I mean, so Little correlation here, little correlation there. 2, 6, 7, 3. We get Lamar, Penix, Irving, Jones, Mason, Scadaboo, Spears, Braylon Allen. We get Puka, Jameson Williams, Flowers, Addison, Mooney, Dobbs, McLeod, Smith, Waller, Ferguson. Teams that I've been drafting a lot, to be honest. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the stream. Just one draft today. We're gonna start a slow draft for the Dachshund as well. Appreciate you guys for coming out though. Short one, but sweet, decent draft. Didn't fully pan out how I wanted. Started cool, didn't really end cool. We'll see what happens. Let me actually go ahead and name this draft. What's today? The 7th. It was a Baltimore, Atlanta 2, 6, 7, 3 build. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, please. Hit the bell for notifications to know when we go live. Drop a comment down below. We'll answer any and all questions pertaining to anything, but hopefully it's fantasy football, and we'll have an answer for you guys to what we think is right. Because again, this is a guessing game. You can use all the data and metrics that you want. At the end of the day, luck is involved. Human error is involved. A lot of it. And a lot of uncontrollable elements of this game that we play. Yeah. Again, appreciate you guys for coming out. Link in the description too for Underdog. Code Temptation. If you guys want to sign up, you'll get a deposit match. And all that good stuff as well. If you want to, if you're in a state that can play Underdog. But yeah, we'll catch you next time. Hopefully we'll be drafting puppies next time. And also hopefully we'll be able to show you the finalized Schnauzer draft that we're about to finish up here.